Hi guys, this is Allison Pryor with our painting, our landscape painting that we're going to do more work with it in this lesson. Let's see, now that's the one that we're working on. That's not the one that's done, that's finished. That's the one that Tanny wanted me to do. So we're working on as best we can. The trees are a little bit different. I've made them a little bit too fat, but I'm going to add a little bit dark paint on the edges there now to try and get them to look more like these. So sometimes you have to go back and forth to get what you're looking for. You know, it takes time and a bit of work. So let's take a bit of black and a little bit of brown, burnt umber, and just put it on the edge. Now, if yours are okay, don't do this. This is only me just showing you that if you make a mistake or you don't like something, just put a bit of dark behind a tree there. Make them look smaller. But they, you know, they're not always going to be the same shape as the painting that you were looking at. That's really hard to accomplish. You can always try. Nothing wrong with that. It's a bit of brown, bit of black. And then you can bring in some shadows into the tree here if you want to. If you put too much white on, I think I put a bit too much white on there. So I'm just playing around with the tree to make it look a little more natural. And that's all. I'm just going to put a little dark shadow around here and pull in a little bit of color. Just starting on the left side of the tree. Just to darken it up a little bit. Because I lost my shadows. I'm just using my flat brush. Flat sable. Chiseled edge. So I fold this up here. Fold it up. Let's see what we can do to fix it. Oh, I don't know. Let's go back up here. And up here like this. Now, so that way you can adjust your tree, or, you know, you can always go back and forth and figure what you need to do. If you don't like what you see, then fix it, because you'll be always looking at it and saying, God, I wish I had do a better job. So that's all. And then I'm going to add a little more light to that tree, just a small bit, I think, to this tree here. I'm just going to take my knife, my palette knife. I'm just going to take the edge of that and scrape on. This time I'm going to scrape on a little bit of white. Just scrape it on here at the edge, because we already have a lot of stuff going that we did, so we don't need to change it completely, because we already have a lot of stuff already done. So all we're doing is just shaping up our tree. I'm just showing you how to shape up your tree. If you don't like it, or if you think it needs more work, go back and forth until you're happy, you know. And that's what I'm doing. Just going in, doing some work with my tree, you know. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing. See if you can see what I'm doing. I'm just taking the top of my knife, just a little top, and I added some white, and I'm just going on the edge here and throwing on some of that white. Just rubbing it up and down. I don't need too much on that edge there. Just moving it into my tree. Now see, by doing that, I changed the shape of my tree a little bit, and it looks pretty good, even though it's not exactly like the other one, but that's okay. Now I have another tree that I like. Just add a little bit more to the edge here with a bit of white, a little bit on the edge here. Just move it up and down, just scrub it on. Now, it's a little better. I like those trees, they're good. I'm happy. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try my house again for the 5th time. I can't get it to work. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Come on. Come on, house. Come on, house. Let's get this done. Almost. I think it's coming along. I think it's that little roof that's I'm having a hard time with. Because I could put tape on there if I wanted to, or I could use a ruler. But because I'm not doing that, I'm having a bit of a hard time. So Oh, I keep knocking into my camera. Sorry about that, guys. I really want you to enjoy this, not be worried about having to try and see it. So I'm adding a little bit of red and a little bit of brown together. A little bit of red, a little bit of brown. Darken up my red. And I'm going to put that on my roof again. So there we go. Just a small, flat brush. And I am just going to put that on there like that. I keep putting the color on until I cover it up, until I get what I'm looking for. Good. Now while we're waiting for that to dry, I'm going to get a small flat brush again. Very small. Try and find the smallest one you can find. That's a very tiny brush. And I'm going to take some brown paint. A little bit of brown paint, and I'm going to find my door. So I want my door right here. So I'm just going to pull down, touch and pull. And if I want it a bit wider, I'll go next to it and I'll touch and pull, make it a little bit wider. So then I might need to give that a setting coat, because I forgot that I put that white paint on there. So let's go with a black color and use that little tiny brush. And just make a couple of windows. So just put your brush before you touch, you pull down. So now you just touch and pull over a little bit. Yeah, two little eyes. Cool. So that's that. And now let's highlight some of the grass a little bit. So let's take our bristle brush, our medium-sized one. So the one we used for the sky. That's not the one, it's the one you used after the sky. It was smaller than that bristle brush. So this got kind of, they come out, see how they spread open? So that's the bristle. And so what we're going to do is highlight some those trees, put in a few flowers, and highlight the grass. How's that? So we got a bit of green, and we can also add a small bit of red to our green. The complementary color of green is red. So let's take that. That'll tone it down to more of an earthy look on our green. And let's try that and just highlight these little edge of these trees. Just on coming, the sun is coming in from this side, so it's going to hit the right side of these trees. And that's it. So that's a little bit of a tree there. Gotta make sure you can see it. Goodness gracious. All that. I keep my eye on this camera. You know, I'm trying to get close-ups for you, but I seem to forget to come back and focus it out for you, and then I end up doing it and you can't see it, so I got to be careful. So we got that there highlighted, so that's good. And now, why don't we put in a couple more bushes here? So just get your green and a little bit of blue and green. See, and that will tone down your green, and maybe a little bit of red too. So more green, more on the green side than the blue. And just tap in a few more of those little bushes right here. Good, just tap more if you need them. Okay, and there's a few bushes there. And then you just get the green paint. Just get the green paint by itself and put a few little highlights on the very top of that. And so just put them here like this, and here, and here. And we're going to need a little bit of yellow to lighten that up a bit. So we'll take some yellow and put it on our green. Green and a little bit of yellow. And then you just tap on the very top of that. That'll brighten them up for you. There we go. That'll brighten them up for you. And good. So next, if you want to brighten these up over here, you can. Put a few little bright ones over here. Just tap anywhere, you know. Just tap where you think it needs a bit of light. And then we might want to highlight our... So with that light green, with that color green and a bit of yellow, let's just take... Tap, 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 tap on this edge here. just very lightly with that bristle brush. And the bristle brush should do most of the work for you. All you gotta do is tap very gentle, okay? Very gentle. Just tap, tap, tap. And you come up and over. And you come over and over and over. And then you're going to, so you got a little more yellow. A little more yellow to brighten up this edge up here. Nice and bright. That's where the sun is shining up here. That's cool. Good. Good. So we'll get over here underneath here. It looks nice and bright. We got to get some light going on. So we'll say the sun is over here. Good. Maybe a little bit here. Just tap very gentle and don't get any more paint. You need very little paint for this. Very little paint. There we go. Good. Just tap, 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 and maybe tap into your green again with a little bit of red. Tone it down a bit, and you have a little bit of some grass over, highlights over here. With a little bit of color in it. But it's darker over here because the sun is passing by that area to get over to the other side. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to have to let you play with that much, and I'm trying to keep these videos down to 10 to 11, 12 minutes so they won't be too long for you. And I'll put them all in one set list for you so you don't have to go searching all over the place for them. I just realized that only lately after all these years. So anyway, this is Allison Pryor signing off, and I'll see you in the next video.